Right here with Mike Altamora. Mike, it's not the result we thought we'd get tonight. Tim Tszyu, devastating loss tonight.
Yeah, man, that was a surreal fight. That was just bizarre. It's like he had PTSD from the Fundora fight, a minute and a half into round one, and then the rest of it, I'm still trying to kind of figure out what happened. But full credit to Buckram, he found a home for that 1-2-1 and turning the final one into like a little turning hook, which is what he dropped Tszyu with heavy the first time. And after that, I mean, Tim, courageous as ever. We always know what a warrior he is. But yeah, it just seemed like he was playing literally Russian roulette from there, just swinging at the wrong range in the exchanges where he couldn't reach Buckram. But he was just catching those wild winging shots on the outside and just couldn't get his legs under him. Just tough night for Australian boxing, man.
What's your thoughts on why you thought he had PTSD from the Fundora fight? What did you see in there tonight that made you think that?
You see, when they clashed heads, he touched his forehead. He was checking for blood. So obviously there may have been a concern, it reopened. It just seemed to lose focus after that moment. Yeah, like I've said to you previously, you always have to give credit to the winner of a fight. But I think that anyone that is an advocate of Tim Tszyu, don't lose faith in the guy. He can come back from this.
What was it about? What was Buckram doing in there tonight so well that threw Tim off? Was there something he was doing that Tim Tszyu just couldn't work out?
Yeah, he was really unorthodox. He was throwing his punches in different rhythms, and like I said, throwing that 1-2-1. A lot of guys will throw like a 1-2 and leave the right hand out there to dry. He was throwing and if guys are squared up in front of you, it's key to always finish off on the side that you're most comfortable getting out. So he's thrown a 1-2, and then when Tim's gone a set, he's turned out and thrown a hook or thrown a jab, and that keeps you off rhythm. So he did a really good job of keeping Tim off balance, which is why at times you've seen Tim kind of swinging wildly and trying to reach him. But like I said, to me it was surreal because it was a completely different fight to what I anticipated coming in. And man, that's why they fight the fights, you know, like people can have every preconceived notion. You can have every expert sit there and give you a perspective, but sometimes they step in the ring and it's a different story.
What does this do for Tim's career? You know, how much of an impact is this loss?
Look, temporarily it's catastrophic. But if he has the willingness, the willpower, the resolve, and the mentality to learn a lesson from this fight and get better, he can be a world champion again. I have no doubt of that.
Matteo Tapia, a tough fight tonight. The fight of the night.
We didn't
thoughts
come
on
for that. Yeah, we didn't come for fight of the night. Fuck.
But you must be proud of Matteo. I mean, he came through. He's got that eye injury. Just your thoughts on the fight.
Look, man, I'm always proud of him. Win, lose or draw, whatever, no matter the result, I'm always proud of the guys that I work and represent with because this is the toughest caper in the world, Jay. And, you know, I feel like everybody always loves a winner. Everyone's always down on a loser. No one knows how to feel when you have a draw. So, look, we didn't come here for a draw. So it's a tough result to process from that perspective. But if round 3, after the 2 knockdowns, you told me we're going to get out of it with a draw, I probably would have accepted it, right? So I think that the main thing is a lot of people have seen what a fighting heart he possesses and that he can adapt and box well under pressure and recover well. There's boxers you check in fighters' careers, so you know that's the first knockdowns of his career. So we need to come away from this and get better and improve. We need to defensively improve. We need to tighten up on the inside and be smarter and safer on inside territory. Understand range, understand when to shut down offense, what range to throw punches and exchange. I thought at stages he was just boxing beautifully and walking Saavedra onto shots. You've seen it into round 5. Created his distance, it flowed seamlessly, dropped that right hand, dropped him heavy. But, you know, I think that just a little bit more consistency, different aspects of his game, and they're things we have to get to work on in the gym. I think step by step he can improve, and one day when we run it back, I'm confident that it will be a victory for Matteo.
What were your thoughts on the scorecards? There was a little bit of controversy there. Some people saying that Andrew should have got the result. What were your thoughts on that?
Look, I understand, because when one guy gets knocked down 3 times and someone once, they always look at it and say, oh, but he knocked him down 3 times. But boxing is scored on a 10-point must system, and it's scored on individual rounds. And I thought that Matteo won more individual rounds than Saavedra, but in saying that, I thought that the draw was a fair result.
One last one on Tim Tszyu. The Australian boxing relies, whether people like it or not, a lot on the Tszyu name. How important is it that Tim gets back to the top, or Nikita keeps winning? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, that's a loaded question. It's imperative, but it's imperative that all our elite fighters keep winning. It's imperative Jai Opetaia keeps slaying them in Saudi. It's imperative guys like George Kambosos come back and are strong. It's imperative Liam Paro beats Richardson Hitchens. It's imperative Sky Nicholson keeps doing her thing and holding her world title bout. It's bit by bit and inch by inch. I know a lot of the sport at home is predicated on the Tszyu name, and of course, they've been so instrumental in what people perceive as a revival of Australian boxing, of boxing being an in vogue sport. But it's not wholly reliant on the Tszyus, but obviously they're a huge contributing factor. We can't take another loss like that for Tim in the next 12 months. I think you want to see him come back, get a good victory at home, rebuild the confidence, and then assess where everything may be there. Maybe a Fundora rematch. Maybe that stylistically suits him better. As for Nikita, when he recovers, I think he's got an injury currently, I've heard. When he recovers and comes back from that, hopefully a couple more wins, couple more fights, unless he runs into a fighter I manage, and then unfortunately I've got to be advocating something different.
Thanks so much, mate.
No, always a pleasure, and thank you for your time, Jay.